Hi everyone and welcome to the Flowbonacci channel for a new dragon stuff tutorial. And this one is about native Transdulum around. Native Transdulum around. Native because we will use the native hand, non-native hand, native hand, native. Transdulum is a contraction between two words, translation and pendulum. Translation, pendulum, transdulum. And around because the dragon staff will navigate around us. This is a very simple trick, the native transdulum around, but is the foundation for a whole family. Let's dive into it and break it down. Like in many of my tutorials, I will suggest you a song that you can sing to remember the move you have to do during the trick. This one is vector, translation, pendulum. Vector, translation, pendulum. We start by a vector. Vector is basically this, which means this point I'm holding off center my dragon here, and I want to transfer this point into my other end. So the vector is an option. For me it's graphic. It's cool to have this little throw, but you can also just join your two hands and do the job like this. And we will start by doing this trick without our dragon staff rolling. Something important. On my Patreon, for just €3 a month, you can support the creation of regular, quality dragon staff content. And for €12, gain exclusive access to the freshest tutorials, receiving them 1 year before they're released on YouTube. If Patreon aligns with your budget, your support would mean a lot. Thank you. So no rolling for the moment. It is going like vector, translation, pendulum, vector, translation, pendulum. This time I'm not doing a vector, I'm just swapping my hands. Translation, pendulum, joining my hands. Translation, pendulum, vector, translation, pendulum, vector, translation, pendulum, vector, translation, pendulum, vector, translation, pendulum. And slowly we are going to let the movement flow, still without rolling, but without really holding it. And it can go like this. Feel the move. Feel your body. It's very important to be away from the center. Like in every translation, if I am holding my dragon in the middle, it will be way more difficult to have my dragon transferring under my armpit than if I'm holding really off center. Off center make it way easier for the translation. When you will be repeating the move to have the move in your body, embodied, you will feel that you will need to free your hips, move a little bit like this to let the dragon staff move. Just feel what the dragon staff is asking to have a fluid move. For example, you will notice that it's better to be really way off center than closer to the center. Find your distance. Try multiple options. Feel the groove, like here. Repeat this, easy, without rolling. Ooh. This one. And now we will start to make it roll, slowly. It's a rolling away. It's rolling away from me. Slow roll away. And what I will do is just opening my fingers, not totally my hand, just this kind of hook. So my dragon staff can roll inside this hook. It's a rolling away. And because it's a rolling away, we want to begin the rolling close to the wrist and let it go towards the end of the fingers. This roll. So I will let roll slowly. And here when I'm landing, I want to land close to the wrist. If I'm landing in the middle of my hand, I will lose half of the distance I have to have my dragon staff rolling. So I will lose half of the time I get to do this move. Land here, so you will have more space to roll and more time. Slow rolling. Feel. Land close to the wrist. Find your distance regarding the center. How far do you want to be? What is your distance? Mine is here, so really off center. I'm feeling good when I'm landing here. And the tricky part is, of course, this translation pendulum. Look at what my wrist is doing. Translation, and I just let go and let the gravity works. Woo! And turning my wrist like this. Transferring, and I'm here. Pendulum, and open my hand. Slow motion. Now that you get the theory, I really suggest you to repeat the move again and again and again. And this way your body's getting used to it. You don't have to think. And you will find with dozens of repetitions, and once again, I really recommend 100, you will find details. And your body will find sensation, and you will find tiny adjustments that you will not notice at the beginning of the repetition, but after 100 and maybe 200 repetitions, you will find little adjustments, and maybe your body will find them by himself. Let the time and the repetitions be your friends. And I will suggest you a little exercise, but just before, let's see how to trigger the native Transdulum around. It's a rolling away. Like every rolling away tricks, you can be comfortable in a classic chi-roll, synchronize, maybe go to one of my favorite exercises, and just do a little vector and trigger. And getting down like this. And the final exercise I suggest you is to work and train both ways. And I suggest you to practice 1, 2, 3 Transdulum around in one direction, stop, and go in the other direction, like this. Synchronizing, rolling away, vector. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Stabilize, vector. 1, 2, and 3. Stabilize, go. 1, 2, and 3. And with this exercise, you will let less think, but your body will start to move by himself and do the job for you. And you will find that without thinking, your body is finding adjustments and little moves that are helpful to the trick. Woo-hoo-hoo. Final one. 1, and 2, and 3. Wow. And that's it for the native Transdulum around. And just to tease you, next week, in the next tutorial, we will change one parameter, just one. And you will see that is a totally different story. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Keep it spinning. And see you for the next tutorial. Ciao, take care.